Boom! At the open, all-time high for the S&P 500.
It's your boy Jimmy.
Now, what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this sad life. She fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like, yeah, 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stop pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounce. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, grow with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and stop. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profit. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, she pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit them up with this resistance. Watch them roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and egg, make profits. Light up, watching them hand, make profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETF. Hey, my family. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Hey, make profits. That TTG money gang. Hey, make profits. We some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. Gang, my name is Michael Edward Parinati, and I go by Michael Edward and Andy Kim. This is not a bot feed. Yes, this is live. Welcome, folks. In case you guys didn't know, I've been trading, began my trading career over 17 years ago, working at T3 Alpha Fund, my first job right out of college in New York City. While there, the fund made me go through an educational trading program before they let me touch even $1 of the fund's money. Then 2008 happened, and that was the Great Recession and the stock market crash, but it was also the same year that I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. Now, you fast forward, I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group, along with my team of 9 other professional trading mods and over 30-person staff. We've helped thousands of members from all over the world reach their goals. We have members in True Trading Group from 115 different countries. We truly are a global community here at True Trading Group. But for those of you that did not know, we are the fastest growing and highest rated premium online education platform that combines university and professional level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We also cover all styles of trading. We do day trading, swing trading. We also do long-term investing. Okay. Now, we take that university level curriculum and we combine it with today's top financial tools that give you more information, help you make better decisions, increase your chances of success. Most retail traders don't use them, though, however, because they're very expensive. You're talking $5,000, $6,000 a year if you pay for these tools on your own. I know that's a lot. That's why we spend years building relationships with these companies so we can put their tools and products on our platform at no additional cost to you. Included with your membership in True Trading Group is Ben Zinga Pro's live newsfeed. Also, congressional trading data, insider trading by management, a simulator to let you practice trading with fake money but real-time data, trading views, premium charting software, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, short data, the trade idea scanner, and honestly, so much more. Yes, as a member, of course, you get all of our courses. Yes, you get all of our trade alerts, but you also get all of these tools. These are things that help you guys make better decisions. We're going to give you this access to everything that you need in order to have the very best chance of being successful for one affordable price for the entire year. Not to mention, your guys are also going to be getting access to all of our members, the TTG fam. These are the most educated, helpful, supportive, and successful community of traders that you are ever going to find. Not to mention all the trade alerts and the moderators and I that collectively as a group have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate of just around 80% now going on the last roughly 4 years. And of course, if you are working a full-time job or you guys have a busy schedule, all these tools, resources, alerts, everything is accessible on our mobile apps, no matter how busy you are or what you're doing. As long as you have a cell phone or a tablet, you can listen to music during the day. You can follow the analysis from our mods and get notified in real time when our mods enter or exit their positions. So if you're ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you guys have come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live right here with myself and other TTG Pro Trading mods and special guest drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, trade ideas that can help you become better traders. So if you have not yet done so, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams. Guys, listen to me very carefully. For those of you that are not members of True Trading Group, as we stand right now, there are only a couple of hours left until our annual membership changes. There are only a couple hours left until the price of our annual membership goes up. My business partner actually right now is working behind the scenes, not really on the live stream, working behind the scenes to fix, change, and adjust all of the different things within our membership for the annual, and also changing the price and the offerings that come along with it. So if you are interested in joining True Trading Group before we do make those changes, you only have a couple of hours left. You do not have up until midnight. You only have a couple of hours left until Adam is finished doing and making those changes. So if you are interested in True Trading Group, if you've ever had an interest at all, send us a text message now before the price changes. The text message, I want you to send us your name, your email, and the word start to phone number 1-888-306-8783. That's 1-888-306-8783. Give us your name, your email, and the word start. Lets us know that you guys are interested in True Trading Group. We'll give you all the information that you need to get you guys set up and part of the True Trading Group family before we do make those changes within the next couple of hours. The phone number, again, is right at the bottom of the screen, 1-888-306-8783. Included with your membership, guys, remember, it's going to be everything. It's going to be all of our courses, the stuff that I learned working at the Fund in New York. It's going to be the Benzinga Pro news feed. It's going to be the Quote Media's Full Book Level 2, Trading Views Premium Charting Software, the simulator from ET&A, all of our different AI tools that can help you guys develop trading strategies, the Trade Ideas Scanner, our own proprietary scanner, a trading journal, dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data, a social sentiment scanner, our watch lists. Everything is included when you join True Trading Group, all of those items. So if you are interested, text us right now, 1-888-306-8783. All right. Again, give us your name, your email, and the word start if you're interested at all in the membership. Guys, don't forget, we also give you a double your money back guarantee. Anyone that joins your trading group, if you go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group, we do study groups every week. I'm asking you to attend one. If you do that and you are unable to make enough winning trades that equal what you've paid for your membership, we give you back double your money. It's a double your money back guarantee that we offer at True Trading Group. It's right there on the website. It's in black and white. Go check it out. Read it for yourself. But I can do that because our refund rate is only 2.27%. If it was 10%, I wouldn't be able to offer you double your money back. We're also 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,300 reviews, and 78% of our members renew their membership. 78% have either become lifetime members of True Trading Group or have renewed their membership. And that's simply because our members, the vast majority of them, are making money and they're becoming better traders. You don't have to take my word for it, but you can wonder, why would so many people become lifetime members, or why would so many people renew their annual membership when their year is up? It's because they're having success. I'll prove it to you. I'll show you right now. Members, do me a favor and just type the number 1 if you're making money and you guys are becoming better traders with True Trading Group. Just go ahead and type the number 1 inside of chat right now. Again, this is for members. Just simply, you're making money, you're becoming better traders, you're having success. Go ahead and type the number 1 inside of chat right now. And the people that are on here that are maybe not members, pay attention to how many people are going to type the number 1. These are not bots. These are real people just like you. They're your friends, your family, your coworkers. They've had all the same excuses you have given yourself, but yet here they are now telling you that they are making money and they are becoming better traders. Way to go, Tobias. 220% gain today and a 65% gain today. Great job. Great job. So you guys can see right there, you see the amount of people that are typing the number 1. This is why I'm able to offer double your money back. If all of our members were not having success, if they were all losing, if nobody renewed their membership and they felt True Trading Group was a total waste of time, then I obviously would not be able to give you guys double your money back. We've been around since 2016, 2017. We're not some fly-by-night company that started just during COVID. We've been around for a long time. And our refund rate is 2.27%. And it's because of those numbers that you just saw, how many people are typing the number 1. All right, so you guys have it. All right, let's move on over to the overall markets, and let's start talking about what we have going on here today. Today was a nice little reversal day in the markets. We started off really red, right? We started off really red. We started off red today. We were gapping down, and we got really deep into a nice level of support. This is a big level of support. We talked about this yesterday on the live stream. I went over with you guys last night, as I do on every single Sunday, exactly what it is that I'm expecting, what I think we're going to see from the markets. And we talked about yesterday that we felt that the markets had to pierce beneath this support level, that we would then look for long setups coming into the day today. Tesla, NVIDIA, right at the top of the list for the longs. A lot of members were able to capitalize on Tesla and NVIDIA longs today. Congratulations to all the members of True Trading Group that were able to have some really big days on the back of the analysis that we went over with you guys yesterday. So yesterday we went over and we talked about, hey, this is exactly the level that I'm looking at. This is the candle that I'm expecting to see from the markets today. And in case you guys, if you missed that live stream last night, I would go back, I would check it out, because this is the exact candle that we drew for you yesterday. Nice small little green candle. We got deep into that support level, and the markets then tried to bounce as yields then began their pullback. And that's exactly what you saw happen today, right? You saw us get down deep into that support level, and then yields began to pull back finally, and that pushed markets back to the upside. So as I go back here, I want to show you guys this level, right? This is the level that we talked about yesterday, right? Here's the level, and we got deep into that level here today, and the markets give you a little bit of a bounce right there off of the morning session. And this was the bounce that we were able to sniff out. We were able to be ready for, and members were able to capitalize on Tesla and NVIDIA. And now I think that the markets are in a little bit of a wait and see mode now. Now that you held this level, you're still underneath the 200-day moving average, but you held this level. Way to go, Tex Trader, 127% gain. Final take profit on Tesla calls today. Thank you, Mike, for your analysis and the education from True Trading Group. Tex Trader, my pleasure, brother. The analysis was absolutely perfect. It was spot on. We gave you the whole game plan last night. We told you what kind of price action we were expecting from the markets. Over 200% gain on QQQ calls for Peter Parker. Great job, Peter Parker. Congratulations. Again, a lot of big wins today, guys, inside True Trading Group on the back of that analysis. And it was analysis that was very contrarian today. Today, a lot of people came into the markets. You had a big gap down. The market sold off right off the opening bell. And a lot of people just started pounding the short, pounding the short, pounding the short. Well, if you went after that short right off the opening bell, unless you're a scalper, you got jammed right back to the upside as the markets then pushed and actually ended up going green. So it was, a day where it was very easy to step in and be like, okay, hey, it's time to get short. You got this gap down today, right? You get this gap down today and the market sells off right off the open. It would have been easy to just jump on that short and just ride the move to the downside that we have seen over the last couple of weeks. Going back to the pullback that we saw last week. But we were able to sniff that out. And then there's the reversal. Double bottom bounce in the pre-market low. You called it live in chat for everyone, says Andre Knowles. That's right. We did. We did. I was in chat with people all morning, all day, just like we are every single day. And I was telling people that contrary to what most people are saying right now, I think the markets are going to bounce. I just don't think we're going to cut through this support level. I think we got to pierce it. We said this last night live. We got to pierce it, stop everybody out, get everybody nervous, think the markets are going to crash, and then look for us to regain that support level and continue back to the upside. It's exactly what you had happen today. True or false, members of True Trading Group? Because I know there's people that are not members of TTG that maybe obviously can't confirm that any of these things are actually happening because they're not there with us during the day like you guys are. So my members, true or false, did we not talk about this reversal and talk about, hey, I'm looking for the long setups and watch for that red to green move in the overall markets? My members, you guys can just comment true or false inside of chat. And the people that are not members, then think to yourself, what could you maybe been able to do based on that analysis if you were looking for the longs today when the markets then recovered? Because you can see the markets then gave you a very nice move to the upside. Right, you can see a very nice move there to the upside after that reversal. And that was why so many of our members were able to capitalize on it. Yep, last night and today, 1,000% true. Could not have been more spot on, 100% true. On the money, Mike. Yep. That's the analysis that you guys are going to get from us every single day. Now, our analysis is not going to be right every single day. I'm wrong sometimes. I have read trades. I have read days. But we are right a hell of a lot more than we are wrong. With a cumulative win rate on all of our executions for all the mods as a group, sitting just around 80% now for roughly the last 4 years, we are right a hell of a lot more than we are wrong. Help me grab 80% gain on calls. Way to go, Susie. Way to go, Susie. 80% gain on call options on the back of that analysis. This is what I'm talking about. I love to see this. I love to see, especially on a day like today when it's such a contrarian belief. And I feel like it could have been so easy to just start pounding the short and to just be buying put options there at 9:45, 10 o'clock, and just buying those put options and just get steamrolled. It could have been so easy to buy put options there this morning and just get steamrolled. I'm sure there's maybe some people that are on this live stream that are not members that maybe got steamrolled today in their put options. And if that's the case, you should more so than even others be really kind of paying attention and listening to the analysis that we have here, because this is the analysis where you didn't even have to be a member of True Trading Group to have capitalized on. We gave you the whole game plan yesterday on the live stream last night. That's why if you're not subscribed, if you don't have your notifications turned on for these live streams, you got to make sure you go ahead and do that, guys. Subscribe to the channel now, smash the like button. You guys can't miss this analysis. Again, you might not agree with my analysis, and that's fine. Obviously, right? I'm not going to be right every single time, but I've been doing this for a very long time. I'm doing this for over 17 years. I know what the hell I'm talking about. All right. So start listening up to the analysis, start watching the live streams, and start to, just soak up all of the education, all the analysis that you get from myself, but also the other moderators in True Trading Group that come on here. We have a lot of special guests that come on here as well to kind of go through that analysis with you guys every single day. All right. Way to go, Saxon. I took the SPY bounce off that pre-market low with Mike's analysis. Yes, that's what I'm talking about, Saxon. Great job. Really great job. I love to see it. I love to see so many people talk about this. When trading, I wouldn't want no one else that has my back with the analysis but my TTG fam, says Summer Girl and Super Dad. Yeah, our analysis really has been spot on, guys. Ed Terrell wants to know what's up with treasuries. What's up with treasuries? They got to 5% on the 10-year. That's what's up with treasuries. And it's too enticing of a yield for money managers to not allocate funds towards. That's what happened. You got to 5% on the 10-year treasury. So some institutional money stepped in. They started buying 10 years. They started buying the 10-year bonds, and bond prices started to move higher. And when bond prices move higher, the yields that the bonds pay move to the downside. And as yields moved to the downside this morning, that allowed stock prices to move to the upside. And you've got mega cap tech earnings tomorrow. It kicks off with Alphabet, Microsoft, Visa. Okay. I mean, just your mega cap tech are Microsoft and Alphabet, two of the biggest companies in the entire market. But then on top of that, you have companies like Visa, which is going to tell you a lot about what's going on with the consumer, and credit cards and credit card balances and credit card delinquencies or credit card usage or credit card payments, and give you some insight into the consumer, while you're going to get, what's going on with AI on the back from Microsoft, what's going on with ad spending from Alphabet, right? And then you're going to have Snapchat, like ad spending. So this is going to be a really, really, really big week of earnings. It's the biggest week of earnings. And I told you guys yesterday that I think this is going to be the biggest week actually of all of 2023, because of where the markets are. The markets have sold off in the back of higher rates. You got a war going on in the Middle East that could escalate at any moment, that there's going to be a wild card. At any moment, you can get a news headline that comes out of the Middle East that could be a wild card that can really see the markets react in a big way. So you got to keep your head on a swivel. Jerome Powell speaks on Wednesday. GDP data is Thursday. PCE inflation data is this week, all while Alphabet, Meta, Amazon, Microsoft are reporting earnings. There are so many market-moving catalysts this week. It is for sure going to be, I think, a wild week of intense volatility. You had a very volatile session today. We sold off early. We ripped back higher and then pulled back and cooled off. I expect a lot more volatility throughout the rest of this week as all of these catalysts are running through. In your opinion, what do you estimate treasuries will run to in the future, or you think this is the peak? I actually don't think this is the peak. I think they have a little bit more, but to be honest with you, Timmy, even if this is not the peak, we're pretty damn close to it. That's what I think. The only way this is not the peak is if inflation starts to accelerate again. So like the 10-year went to 5%, right? Can the 10-year go to 5.05, right? 5.08 and then drop back to 4.95? Yes. Okay. But for all intents and purposes, you're talking about, is a 10-year going to go to 5.5? Is a 10-year going to go to 6? I personally don't think so. I think that we are very close to the top if we're not already at the top on yields. But I'll be wrong on that if inflation starts to reaccelerate. If inflation starts to reaccelerate, you may see the markets begin pricing in another rate hike in 2024. Right now, the markets have come to grips with there not being another rate hike at the November meeting. There's less than a 2% likelihood of a rate hike at the November meeting. Then you have the December meeting, but now you're starting to price in the possibility of a rate hike come January. So it looks like that the market is beginning to believe that maybe the Fed is going to keep rates high, but then maybe if inflation starts to reaccelerate again, and we're going to get preliminary GDP data on Thursday to tell us how strong the economy actually is, that the Fed might raise rates again next year. If the Fed starts raising rates again next year, then you're going to see yields move higher again, and it would mean that we have not reached our peak, as the Fed might be looking at another 25 or maybe another 225 to make it 50 basis point hikes in 2024. The markets would hate that if that was actually the case. So if the market begins to price that in, you would see stock prices move to the downside. But I think we're pretty damn close, Timmy. I think we're pretty damn close to yields peaking out. I know that Bill Ackman said that he covered his short position today on bonds. That did bring in some buying pressure also into bonds, him covering out his short position. That means he became a buyer. So he was covering and flattening out the short position that he had on the 30-year treasury and the long dated bond position that he was in. And he's been making money throughout this entire period. So what happens is, as bond prices go down, the yields, the interest rates that they pay go up. So yields have been going up over the last couple of weeks, means bond prices have been going down. He's making money on his short. He exited that position today. That would insinuate that Bill Ackman also believes that yields are peaking. So I think they were pretty close. All right. We'll be wrong on that if inflation starts to reaccelerate again. That we're not going to know that for the next couple of months. All right. So there we have that. I only trade with TTG. Plenty of great trades to consider. I tried to learn on my own for 2.5 years. Now I learn faster. I love TTG. Grabbed 80% on calls on Walgreens this morning and killed it on my mini SPY futures account because of TTG. Way to go, Angela. Yes, our new futures trading program, man. It's been absolutely on fire. We have so many members in TTG that are getting themselves involved in the futures program that we have now at your trading group. It's something that, I mean, you want to talk about literally something for everybody. Small account, no problem. No problem at all. If you have a small account, futures or trading the MES, that's exactly where you want to be. If you have a small account, no time decay, no restrictions to market hours. I mean, if you guys, for whatever reason, you just can't be in front of your computer, or you can't be trading, you don't have internet access or anything like that during the day, you can't use our mobile app, because as I said, you don't have to be in front of your computer to take advantage of True Trading Group, right? Over 80% of our members have full-time jobs. You just need your phone or a tablet, and then you can follow along with all of the things that we're doing during the day. Matter of fact, I'll prove it to you. Guys, can you do me a favor, members? Just type the number 1 and tell me what you do for a living. If you guys are making money while working a full-time job, can you guys just go ahead and just type the number 1 and tell me what you do for a living if you're making money while working a full-time job? Way to go, Fernando, my brother. Biggest day in futures so far, 26 points and another 8 points before 7:30. Great job, man. Really great job. So just go ahead and comment right now, guys, what you guys do for a living. And for those of you that are not members that have a full-time job, pay attention to the comments. See if you see somebody that maybe does the same thing that you do for a living. And we do have to welcome Walter. Guys, welcome Walter. Walter's the newest member of the group. Walter, welcome. Smart man, Walter. That price is changing in about an hour or two before that new annual membership launches. We're going to put that up. We're going to make that change. So the price will be higher in a couple of hours. This is your last chance to get it in for that discounted price. So Walter, welcome to the family. Let's read some of these comments. You got a banker, a realtor, a firefighter, a barber, IT consultant, high-touch operations manager, Captain Duke. I hope you are doing fantastic. I miss you. Accounting, realtor, landlord. You guys, I'm not going to keep reading all these professions, but you guys see for yourself and follow along with some of those comments. See if you see someone that maybe does the same thing for a living as you do. So Walter, welcome to the family. Folks, welcome. Remember, if you are interested in True Trading Group, send a text message to 1-888-306-8783. That is 1-888-306-8783. Give us your name, your email, and the word START. We will answer any questions that you have. We will tell you what the price and the discounted rate for this evening is. Send us that text message now. Live stream replay says, I have been traveling all day. I have followed mentors and alerts and made 2 trades from my phone while on the road. Exactly. There it is. That's what I'm talking about. Guys, True Trading Group is designed specifically for people that are busy. I do not expect you to sit in a chat room with us all day long. I don't. You're busy, right? You got stuff going on. You've got other responsibilities. You have work. I don't expect you to sit in front of your computer inside of a chat all day and wait for us to tell you what to do. I don't. That's why we have our mobile apps. That's why we have 10,000 members from 115 countries. That's why 82% of our members have full-time jobs. The rest of them are either retired or full-time traders. But over 80% of our members have full-time jobs. And they're able to benefit and they're able to capitalize from True Trading Group and the moderators' alerts because we tell you in real time when we enter and we exit our positions. And all you need is this to get the push notification in real time. All right. So there you guys have that. So Walter, welcome to the family. And for the rest of you that are interested, just send the text message. Come tend to get there because the price goes up in like 2 hours. So if you're interested at all, just send the text. We'll find out what the price is, see what you guys are going to be getting. And then if you don't want to, fine, you don't want to. But if I think it would behoove you to send that text message, at least talk to Adam. Adam's is my business partner and co-founder of True Trading Group. He is waiting for you to send that text. I'll answer any questions that you guys have. All right. Mike, I am one of those people that went with put options today. Is there any outlook on a slight downward move on the SPY in your opinion? David, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry to hear that. I wish that you heard my analysis yesterday, and I wish you were in chat or at least logged in on your mobile device so that you could listen to the analysis when I was telling people that I'm looking for the long, I'm looking for the green, the red to green move. But is there a chance of a downward movement? Of course there is, but it's going to be based on earnings. Okay. So it's going to be based on earnings. It's going to be, I think tomorrow you're going to have a little bit of a quieter day. I think tomorrow the market doesn't necessarily, the overall index doesn't make a very large move. I think we just kind of wait for Alphabet and Microsoft earnings. And once Alphabet and Microsoft earnings come out, that will dictate direction in the market. The market found resistance today at a very nice level. This is a key level here. You guys can see this is today's high, and it is also previous resistance from Friday. So you see that little double top that we just put in there today. That's a key level. I kind of don't really think we break through that. Tomorrow, I kind of feel like we might just trade in this range. We might just have an inside day tomorrow and just trade inside that box while we wait for Microsoft and we wait for Alphabet to either get the markets really worried or to give investors the green light. And I'm not here to tell you, hey, this is what I think Microsoft and Alphabet's earnings are going to be. I'm not here to predict those earnings for you. What I'm here to do is explain to you, hey, if the earnings are this is what I think the reaction is. If the earnings are that, this is what I think the reaction is. And these are the levels that I'm going to look to structure my trades around, right? I don't like going into an earnings announcement with a bias because it's a guess. It's a total gamble. I don't guess when it comes to my trading. I don't gamble when it comes to my trading. I wait for high probability setups. And if you're positioning yourself going into earnings, it's not high probability. It's less than 50-50 chances. It is. If you're in the stock, it's a 50-50 chance. If you're in the option, it's less than a 50-50 chance. It's less than a 50-50 chance because if you were to buy call options on Microsoft, if the stock goes down, you lose. If the stock goes sideways, you lose. So the only way you win is if the stock goes up. But you have nothing to base that decision on except a guess. You don't know what their earnings are going to be, if they're going to miss, if they're going to beat. You don't know what their guidance is going to be. Are they going to guide higher? Are they going to maintain guidance? Are they going to guide lower? You have no idea what those numbers are going to be. It is a complete and total guess. So you have less than 50-50 odds if you're holding an option going into earnings. I don't put my money at work unless there's 70% odds that are in my favor. So you give me 50, you give me 40, no thanks. If that's what you're looking for, go to Vegas, put your money on red or black, spin the wheel, good luck. That is not what we do here inside True Trading Group. If that was the case, we certainly would not have all those people typing number one telling you that they're making money, they're becoming better traders. And the moderators and I certainly would not have roughly an 80% cumulative win rate on all of our executions. So speaking of which, let's get into the overall earnings expectations here. Let's talk about, I just told you kind of my thoughts on the overall market. Let's talk about all your big mega cap names. Microsoft. Now, Microsoft disappointed last time. When last time Microsoft reported earnings, it was actually a disappointment. Stock traded lower. It was one of the few mega cap tech names that actually trade to the downside when they reported their earnings. Is this going to be another case of that? You have a massive support level at 310. It's huge. Draw the level for you. Here it is. You will see previous resistance there in May. You will then see previous resistance there in the beginning of 2022. And then we got above that level there in the summer of this year. Then that level became support, right? Then you can see now that level becomes support. The 200-day moving average is the yellow line you see on my screen. That's working its way up to that level as well. So pretty soon that 200-day moving average is going to also work up to that 310. Now, if there is a miss on earnings and this thing drops down into that 310, 305, I honestly think it's a buy. I think that's too big of a support level, that I think that it's a tradable bounce off of that area. No different than what I felt today about Tesla. Tesla dropped into a huge support level. It got down into that support level today and then gave you a nice, very tradable bounce. A lot of members made good money on that. We talked about that play last night on the live stream. We talked about it in the pre-market session today as well, before the market even opened, about looking for that bounce back on Tesla. I feel like Tesla earnings were bad, had this big gap down, but it dropped into a major support level. And I just feel like it's too big of a support level for the stock to break through it on its first attempt like that, after it's already extended to the downside, that you can get a tradable bounce that you can make money on during that, whether it's a day trade or like a one-day hold or a one-day hold swing trade. Microsoft, I feel like would be a similar type of scenario if something like that were to happen. So if you were to get a big gap down because of, worse than expected earnings, I actually think that any type of a move that looks like this on Microsoft that takes you down into that level, I do think could actually give you a little bit of a bounce back off that level, similar to what you saw today on Tesla. All right. Now, if you have negative earnings where you get a small gap down, let's say you gap down to around here, then I'm looking for the short. And the reason why I'm looking for the short is because there are going to be two levels that I want you to focus on. And they are 322 to 324. This is the support zone that you have on Microsoft, okay? You've got the dark blue line on my screen, which is the 50-day moving average. You got these previous little pivot tops, right? And here you guys can see you've got this nice little support level here. This is your support zone. It's about $2 wide. If there's a small gap down, let's say we gap down to like $320 and you get something that looks like this, then I will look to be short on the move back up into 322 to 323, look to take that trade short, and then look for the move to the downside and look for Microsoft to work its way down to that 310. So now you know exactly what my game plan is here, depending on where the stock moves after its earnings. If it's negative earnings with a small gap down, I'm actually going to look for us to take that trade for the short. If it's a big gap down on earnings down to 310, I'm going to not necessarily look for the short, because I think the meat, most of the meat will be taken off that bone on the earnings gap down. And I think you can have a tradable bounce off that support level. That's my thoughts on Microsoft. If Microsoft has good earnings, there are two levels. Okay, 335 and 340. All right, if earnings are good. Now, if earnings are good and we are underneath 335, I'm most likely not going to trade Microsoft, because I think there's too much resistance above us where the long I don't think is necessarily worth the risk. If we gap above 335, now we look for the pullback into 335, and then we take that long. We look for us to at least get to like 341, but eventually if earnings are good, I think that we can actually break through that and continue to the upside. That's actually going to be the favorite idea, is if you gap above 335, maybe we sit at 338, 337, early pullback off the bell, 335.50, take the long, stops underneath 335, see if you get that move up into the low 340s if you get good earnings. Now, if earnings are a complete blowout and they just crush and you gap up to like 341, I think that's a very tough area to be long because of this resistance level that you guys can see here. Previous support, resistance, right? You guys can see this level here on Microsoft. So resistance, support, resistance. So if you gap up to like 340, I think the stock is tough. It's tough to be long right there in 340 because of this resistance level. I'd much rather see, okay, let's gap above it, and then you can try to buy the pullback into that level. And those are the levels I'm looking for on Microsoft. Okay, so now you know the game plan on Microsoft based on earnings for the short, for the long, and you know the levels that I'm looking at and levels I'm focusing on. Anybody have any questions specifically about what I just said about Microsoft? Now's the time to ask if you have any questions about Microsoft. If not, I will move it on to Alphabet. All right, no questions. Good, let's go. Alphabet. Levels. There's levels to this ish, man. I'm telling you, these are huge levels for this stock. If I see a gap down, so just like we talked about with Microsoft, if we get a big gap down on Alphabet that takes you down to like 130, 129, I think it's a long. I think this is too big of a support level. You got that purple line. That's the 100-day moving average. You can see previous support. Prior to that, you had resistance. This is just too big of a level. So let's say you have just horrible earnings and you gap all the way down here to 129. I think there is a tradable bounce off of that level on Alphabet. If you get a gap down that takes you all the way into that level, I think that would just be too big of a gap down. Now, if earnings are just atrocious and you gap underneath that level, then all bets are off. You then look for 128 to 130 to be resistance. So if it's like a horrific earnings and you gap underneath it and you push up into that level, then you look for it to be resistance and actually look for the follow through to the downside. This all depends on what the earnings actually are. Again, I do not know what the earnings are going to be. I don't try to pretend like I know what the earnings are going to be. Anyone that does is completely full of crap. The only people that know what earnings are going to be are the company insiders themselves, like the CEO and the CFO. Okay. Nobody else knows what the earnings are going to be. All right. That's a huge support level, though. We've actually made a couple of trades in Alphabet over the last couple of months off of this level. Every time you got into this zone, we looked for longs off this support level, and it worked out very, very, very well for us. So if you get another test of that level, let's try the long again. All right, we'll try the long again. All right, now if earnings are good, or let's say if earnings are slightly bad earnings on Alphabet, I actually don't think I'm going to trade it. I think if you gap into like, let's say you gap down to here, I just think the stock is in the middle of nowhere. I don't necessarily feel really good about shorting against the 50-day moving average or going long, or going long the 100-day moving average. I just don't think that is a good enough of a support zone. So the only way, I don't envision myself shorting Alphabet tomorrow. I think I'm only going to be, Wednesday technically, because earnings are tomorrow after the close. I think I'm only going to be looking for longs. I think the short is a tough one, to be honest. If earnings are good, there is a resistance level you need to be mindful of. And it is from 142 to 144. All right. You will see a double top in the month of October. And then you see a double top from March and April of last year. Okay. So double top March and April, double top October. That's the level. What I would look for on a positive earnings announcement is us to push into this level. All right. I would look for us to push up into this level. I would absolutely be taking profits into 142 to 144. If you are long after earnings, I think you got to be taking profits into that area unless you gap clean, clear above it. If you gap clean, clear above it, you would need a gap up above 145. If you gap clean, clear above it, I will try that pullback for the long. All right. I will try that pullback then for the long if you gapped above 145. That's if you get really, really good earnings. All right. So those are my thoughts there with regards to Alphabet. Anybody have any questions on Alphabet? Now is your time to ask questions regarding Alphabet. I'm going over right now, for those of you that are joining us, I'm going over the game plans. Going over the game plans for earnings. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and ask them now. Do you trade Google or Google? Benoit, it really doesn't matter. It's the same thing. It really doesn't matter. It's the same thing. I trade Goog, G-O-O-G, no particular reason, just because that's just what I have done. But you can trade G-O-O-G-L. It is the same thing. It really, really does not matter. It trades the same. It really doesn't matter. You can trade either one. I personally do G-O-O-G. All right, so that's Alphabet and Microsoft. We got those covered. Let's go to Visa. Visa is the other one that we're going to get earnings. Now, this is a beautiful cup and handle with a strong double top at 250. I want you guys to look at this. Look at this resistance. This is a weekly chart. Look at that resistance at 250. Are you kidding me? Absolute huge resistance. And then here you have your up move. There's your cup. There's your handle. Does earnings give you the cup and handle break? Does it give you the cup and handle break? Let me see here. So this is a weekly chart. So there's your cup and handle. There's your resistance at 250. I only want to play this off the 250 level. Honestly, it's the only way I'm going to trade this thing. I'm not going to trade it if there's anything other than that 250 level coming into play. What I would say, if you're looking for the short side, 228 is a nice support level if we get underneath it. So if you have bad earnings and you gap underneath this level, then I would say you can watch for that 228 to be resistance and look for the stock to then move down to your next support level. Yeah, I hear the music too, guys. I have no idea where it's coming from. Probably Adam or Joe. Maybe, I'm not sure. I don't know. I really don't know where the music is coming from. Turn my phone off. Okay, the music is coming from my phone, Adam says, which it is not, but I don't know where the music is coming from. 228 is the level. If you break underneath 228, then you're talking about next support level is right around 222. 222 would be the next level that we'd be looking at. All right, that is 222. All right, so this is your levels for the short. You get underneath 228, shorts down to 222. But really the only way, guys, is, if we gapped up to like this 250, I'm not going to take this trade for the long. 250 is too big of a resistance level. The only way I think you can really play this thing is if you gap above it. I really think that's the only way that you can play it for the long. So I'm leaning on shorts on Visa. Specifically, if it gets underneath 228, I'm going to try the short down to 221, 222. All right. That is Visa. And we'll wrap things up with Snap. Also has earnings, which just has been just a disaster of a stock. It's just been a disaster. Just been a disaster of a stock. And you're basically just trading in this sideways channel for the last 2 years. You got big resistance right here around 1025 to 1050. 1025 to 1050 is going to be your 100 and 200-day moving average. And then there is your previous little structure level here. You can see support, resistance, and you got the 100 and 200-day moving average sitting up there as well. We'll see. I don't envision myself trading this, to be honest with you. You got support down here underneath $8. I really don't see myself trading Snap, but I'd say resistance is right here around 1025, 1050, and your support levels down underneath 8. Other than that, I don't really see much. Anything in between that, I think, is just a mess. I wouldn't be looking to trade Snap anywhere in here. I just think that that's just a mess. I don't really see there being clear levels or anything there. I feel like Snap's earnings are going to be bad, but just because I just don't see Snap keeping up with the other social media platforms that are out there. And if you're getting a slowdown in ad spending, which we'll find out, the good thing is that you're going to see what is the ad spending going to look like. Because let's say if Snap comes out and they see a big slowdown in ad spending, but then Alphabet comes out and they actually beat on their ad spending expectations, then Snap is not going to be able to say it's just a factor of the environment. They can't just say, oh, the economy is slowing, companies are spending less money. It's a whole entire sector thing. They're not going to be able to say that if Alphabet comes out. Alphabet's like, yeah, actually, there's tons of companies that are spending on ads. So that's going to be a really hard argument for Snap to make if they miss. Real hard argument for them to make. So you could have a situation where you can see Snapchat get cut by 20%. If they miss and Alphabet beats, you could see, specifically when it comes to ad revenue, you can see a 20% loss on Snapchat. So look for that to maybe get down to $8 or underneath $8. All right. If earnings are bad, but I'm not bullish on this company. I'm not bullish on the stock. I don't own it. I don't intend on owning it. I never have owned it. It's just not something that I'm looking to put in the long-term portfolio. All right. So again, Microsoft, Alphabet, Visa, Snap, those are 4 of your big earnings that we have coming out tomorrow. Now, typically, Meta tends to move on Snap earnings just because it is social media platform, advertisements, ad revenue, user interactions, and everything else. So sometimes you get a move in Meta based on what you get from Snap, which I think is silly because I know they're the same industry, but they really are 2 completely different caliber companies. So I feel like it's silly that sometimes you get Meta moves on Snap, but that's what happens. But I'm most interested, obviously, in Alphabet and Microsoft. And if you get positive AI discussions, what you should also be looking for today, NVIDIA had a very strong move today. If you get Microsoft and Alphabet start talking about, talk positively about the immediate and short-term impacts on AI, you could see NVIDIA go back to 446, 447. You can see them get back into this level just based on those earnings. You can get back up and test this 50-day moving average, this dark blue line you see on my screen. You can get right back up into that zone if there's positive discussions from Microsoft and from Alphabet on the conference call, specifically talking about AI. So keep NVIDIA on watch for the AI play. I think you can also keep Adobe on watch for the AI play. Adobe has huge resistance at 570, but this stock has held up extremely well. And Adobe with their AI, with Photoshop and everything else is just unreal. So if there's positive discussions there about AI, look for Adobe to possibly get back to the upside as well. So I'm going to look for sympathy plays maybe on Adobe and NVIDIA if Microsoft and Alphabet talk very highly about what's going on with AI. All right. So there you have it, folks. That's it. Goldman Sachs, 2 days, topping tails. Any short idea for that in mind, Mike? Yep, Hamed. That actually was on our list. Was the short back up against 303, and you broke underneath it. It's now acting as resistance, and you would look for, if the market, let's say mega cap tech is earnings are bad. This is a stock that is weak that we will absolutely be looking for downside. So if mega cap tech is earnings are bad, the whole market goes down, and I will look to short Goldman Sachs and look for Goldman Sachs to get down to at least 290. At least 290. I'm looking for at least a $10 drop on Goldman Sachs if mega cap tech earnings are bad. Now, you might be saying, well, what does tech have to do with financials and Goldman Sachs? Literally nothing, except the fact that the sentiment in the overall market is going to be to the downside if mega cap tech earnings do not come in with their and beat expectations. Okay, so if those earnings are bad, there is not a whole lot for investors to get very excited about for the moment. So that would see stock prices move to the downside, and I would look for stuff that's already weak, which Goldman Sachs is. After you had bank earnings over the last week or so, you broke below a key support level of 304. It's now acted as resistance for the last 3 days. Look for follow through to the downside on Goldman Sachs if the markets move to the downside. That's going to be one of the stocks I'll look for short. I don't want to necessarily be shorting something strong. I want to short something weak. This is weak. All right. So there we have it, folks. Any questions on what I just went over with you guys? Now you know the game plans for everything. You know the game plans with Microsoft, with Alphabet, with Visa, with Snap. You know the sympathy plays, NVIDIA, Adobe. Thoughts on ARM long after that news? I'm not sold on the long on ARM. ARM moved to the upside today because of news that NVIDIA was getting into PCs and they were going to be using ARM chips to do so. And that caused a big spike in ARM in the middle of the day. So here it is at 3 p.m. That news came out. That caused a big spike in ARM, big increase in volume on the back of that news. But not convinced just yet, right? Like if tomorrow this thing drops right back to 49, then that stock is still in trouble. So you try to get above this previous. This is a big support level, right? This is where we made what? I forgot what the percentage gain was. 200 and something percent on our swing trade on the put options, guys. Remember, we talked about this on Friday. We got into the trade short on October 12th. Members got into the October 27th, $52 strike put at $1.45. We got out of that trade. Members got out of it on Friday of last week at $5.40, $5.50. So just an unbelievable trade for us. We've exited that position now entirely. news came out today with NVIDIA. That's why the stock moved higher. But you can still see, are we above this level yet? I would need to see the stock do this and have follow through on that news to then say, okay, now let's look for 50 to be support. Now we can look for longs on ARM. But I'm just not sold yet that this level has been reestablished, right? You can see very clearly it was a big level of support. I'm just not sold yet that that level has been reestablished. If we drop to 49 tomorrow, that resistance level is still firmly intact. If you extend to 54 tomorrow, then that level's broken. Now you look for pullbacks towards 50 to be long. Benoit, I would wait if you're talking about Alphabet, Microsoft. You don't want to implement those strategies at the open tomorrow because they have earnings after the close. So this would be these would be strategies that you would use Wednesday morning after the companies come out with their earnings. Their earnings are going to be tomorrow after the close, not before the open. All right. All right, folks, that's it. That's all of it. And we covered a lot. Covered a lot of the earnings for tomorrow. We got the game plans. You got the overall market. And, of course, with everything, you got to keep your head on a swivel with what's going on in the Middle East. At any moment, a news headline can move this market coming from the Middle East. So make sure you keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you use that Benzinga newsfeed that comes from free with your membership. It's included when you guys join. For those of you that are interested in joining, like I said, make sure you send a text message to 1-888-306-8783. The phone number is at the bottom of your screen. The price is going up in about an hour or two. So like I said, if you're interested, send us a text message. We'll give you the price. They'll give you the discount. We'll give you the information. We'll answer any of your questions. And if you guys want to join, do so now before the price goes up and we make the changes to our annual membership, which will be live within the next couple of hours. So if you're watching this after the live has already aired, make sure you tune in. Make sure you send that text message and see if the price has changed or not yet. 1-888-306-8783. If you're not a member and you're interested in the platform, let me actually show you what it looks like. If you're not interested in membership at all, you guys can sign off the stream. I'm done with the analysis and educational stuff. So when you do join True Trading Group, you are going to be getting access to all of our courses and all of our tools. Of course, that includes our chat room. Our chat room is where the mods and I share our screen. We're live on the mic. We're calling out trades, answering questions, providing commentary. You can use the mobile app, get real-time push notifications when our mods enter and exit their trades. This way, you never miss out on anything that's taking place inside of TTG. You got 2 private study group sessions to help speed up your learning curve. You got Benzinga Pro's real-time news feed with the Squawk feature, congressional trading data, track trades by Congress, insider trading, track trades by management. If you went to Benzinga on your own, that'll cost you around $1,400 a year. But when you join True Trading Group, it is included.
Yo.
Additional.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
We got a video message from somebody that I really want to play.
Okay.
So I'm just going to go ahead and put that. Going to put it on the screen for a minute, okay?
Okay.
All right. So it's a new member that's thinking about signing up. They have a question.
And they sent it as a video?
Yeah, I asked them to.
Okay.
Mike, how are you? How's
Wait, hang on.
the TTG fam? I have a question for you.
Restart
Mike, how
it.
are you? How is the TTG fam? I have a question for you, if you don't mind. If I sign up for a TTG membership right now, can I get a one-on-one with you?
What do you say?
No.
Fair enough. Thank you.
All right, guys. Well, we'll see if Jerome Powell. Maybe I should. Maybe Jerome Powell. Maybe should do the one-on-one. Maybe I can ask him what he plans on doing with interest rates for the foreseeable future. Maybe he can give me the inside track. But sure, you know what? We'll include a one-on-one. Well, because we're making changes to the annual membership. So tonight's the last night for it. We'll include a one-on-one with some of our mods. What are you doing, man? All right, so never mind, guys. No one-on-ones. I don't know what the hell Adam's doing. Okay, apparently it was a joke. All right, so no one-on-ones. Sorry, no one-on-one for those of you that are looking to join the annual membership. So let me go keep going through and show you guys what you're going to be getting when you do join, because you're going to get the trading view charting system. You got the trade idea scanner that streams on the platform to show you what stocks are the hottest in the market you should be focusing your attention on. You got the simulator to let you trade with fake money but real-time data to practice implementing what you're learning. There's dark pool data, unusual options activity, options flow, short data. It's all included. You might pay for that data already on your own. It is included. It is free with your membership when you guys join. You got a trading journal that tracks your trading for you. A social sentiment scanner tells you what stocks are talked about most on social media so you can stay ahead of the crowd. Analyst ratings on any company that you're interested in. Our watch list every day, the mods publish telling you exactly what stocks we're focused on with entry and exit prices, so you know where to focus your attention before the day even begins. And of course, you've got all the courses. The courses are a simplified and expanded upon version of what I learned working at the fund in New York. There's beginner courses, advanced courses, options, swing trading, trader psychology, crypto, futures, you name it. We've got it. It is all included when you join our membership. Then you got a video library with nearly 1,000 hours of additional video content that are workshops that the mods and I have held covering different topics. You can start attending them as a full-time member, attend them live. And guys, listen, I can't guarantee you're going to be successful just because you join True Trading Group. What I can guarantee is if you join, go through the courses, pass the quizzes, attend one study group, and are unable to make enough winning trades that equal what you have paid for your membership, I'll give you back double your money. That's the deal. We can do that because our refund rate is only 2.27%. Our retention rate is 78%, and we're 5-star rated on Trustpilot with over 2,300 reviews. Send us a text message now before the price goes up, 1-888-306-8783. If you've ever been interested at all, text your name, email, and the word START to 1-888-306-8783. My TTG fam, I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow. It's going to be a big day, man. Alphabet and Microsoft earnings on deck. Whole world watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you all in chat.